learn, I've been ready for this. Since like 9-5, I've been eager for this. Talent on the rise, I'm consistent with this. Trophy is the prize, ain't no gimmicks with this. Okay, now what's left on them? Told you I'ma flex on them. I did it all subtle, ooh, and then I hit that exit on them. Gotta blame my faith, cause these odds ain't got nothing on them. I secure the safe for the cradle, I ain't dropping nothing, ooh. Only winning is exception, ain't no truce. Ain't no dub, ain't no L on my crew. Only winning is exception on my crew. Yeah. Ain't no dub, ain't no L. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Ay, yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Okay, yeah, and I hit that.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On 1st down, Nugent. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
A throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards to pick up there.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Nugent. He's going to float this one deep right side. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Well, past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
He was brought down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. This is intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Uchenna-Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Uchenna-Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And it's 3 and out.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Johnson on the return. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
44-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Nugent. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st down, Nugent able to hit his target, Claypool. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking to throw. Nugent. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Carson. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers 7, Bengals nothing.
On third down, Nugent escaping the pressure right. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Boswell's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
It's a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Joe Mixon. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Drew Sample, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Nugent, completion here to Claypool. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Steelers 17. Bengals nothing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate, but it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Burrow will throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
4th down.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. To the air again, Burrow going deep downfield for Roll. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's 17-7.
Kick is good. Makes the score Steelers 17, Bengals 7.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike, 55.
Operating from the gun. Nugent going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line.
Steelers. 1st and 10 at the
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again. And now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
57's Mike 57.
To throw again. Nugent back to Smith-Schuster. This time complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
The score, Steelers 24, Bengals 7. Chris Boswell, the kick.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The final shot before break. Nugent going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
First down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Uchenna-Nwosu, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd down.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. Going deep downfield for Ross. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to let it go again. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
On 1st and 10, Nugent. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 31. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football.
There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Steelers 31, Bengals 7. Chris Boswell to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's going to let one fly for Tate. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what do we...
This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed as 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Carson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
A gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Steeler. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Carson, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Throwing to start the drive. Nugent, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On second down now, it's Carson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
To throw on 3rd down, Nugent. And that will be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And Boswell's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. They got the interception with very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need... Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Steelers 48, Bengals 7. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
24-yard line.
Once again, they run with Mixon. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brings up 4th down.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position.
Down.
Play action. Nugent. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Extra point up and good by Bullock as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said,
oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Intercepted.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
First down, Bengals.
54. Mike 54. Night, sweetheart. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Now Burrow on first down. Flush to his right. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Complete to John Ross. A gain of 3. Brings up
On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. He'll get it up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the 4th quarter. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Nugent. And a quick throw here that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down
at the 43-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
At the 42-yard line.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw on 2nd down, Nugent. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Carter, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Nugent. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 16 yards, a 1st down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now in the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
throwing on first down. Nugent throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Nugent. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. First down, Nugent. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted by the Bengals. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick, and that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score, Steelers 48.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another